Mia, I need to describe my morning to you, and I want you to know that I slept 8 full hours.
8 hours? That's the magic number, so you must have felt amazing.
I woke up feeling like someone had filled my head with wet sand. 3 alarms, 3. And on the way to the kitchen, I walked directly into the doorframe.
Into the doorframe? A doorframe that has been in the same place for years.
The same place for years, Mia. It has never moved. And I stood there in the kitchen holding my coffee thinking, I did everything right. 8 hours. Why do I feel like this?
Okay, but here's the strange part, and this is what made me want to do this episode. Last Tuesday, I slept 6 hours, 6, and I woke up before my alarm feeling completely clear, like someone had opened a window in my head.
6 hours and you felt better than my 8?
Better than your 8, and that makes no sense, does it? More sleep should mean more rest, but it doesn't, because sleep isn't only about how long, it's about how well. And most of us spend years thinking, I'm not getting enough sleep, when actually, we're getting enough. We're just sleeping badly.
And that's exactly what we're fixing today. Hi, everyone. I'm Leo.
And I'm Mia. Welcome to Perspective Peak. Today, we're talking about sleep, what your brain is actually doing all night, why 8 hours can leave you exhausted, and the small changes that let you wake up feeling genuinely rested.
And this matters so much because sleep touches everything else. Your mood, your focus, your patience, and yes, your language learning. It's very hard to build good habits or study English well when you're running on wet sand. This is exactly what Perspective Peak is here for, growing your habits and your English together.
And don't worry about the English today, friends. This is friendly B1 level. Clear sentences, simple words, spoken at a comfortable speed. Every time we use a stronger word, we'll stop and explain it right away. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be here. So let's start at the very beginning, Leo. What is sleep, actually? Because I always imagined it as switching off.
That's exactly how I imagined it too, like a computer. You press the button, everything goes dark and quiet. And in the morning, you press it again. But here's my favorite way to think about what's really happening. Imagine a big office building at the end of the day. All the workers go home, the lights go off, and from the outside, it looks completely still and empty.
Right, closed for the night.
But then, the night shift arrives. Cleaners come in. Someone empties every bin. Someone files all the paperwork that piled up during the day. A repair team fixes the broken chair on the 3rd floor. And by morning, the building looks the same, but everything inside has been sorted, cleaned, and repaired.
Oh, so my brain isn't off at night? It's running a whole night shift?
A whole night shift. And it's genuinely busy. Researchers have found that during sleep, your brain sorts through what happened during the day, moves the important things into long-term memory, quietly deletes the rest, works through your emotions, and physically clears out waste products that build up while you're awake. That last one still amazes me. Your brain literally washes itself while you sleep.
So when I sleep badly, it's not that I'm just tired. The night shift didn't finish its work.
Exactly that. The bins are still full, the paperwork is still on the floor, and the broken chair is still broken. And then the day starts anyway. New people arrive, new mess piles on top of yesterday's mess. Do that for a week, and the building starts to feel like chaos, even though you were in bed for 8 hours every night.
Oh, that explains something. Sometimes I feel worse on a Thursday than a Monday, even sleeping the same amount.
Because it stacks up. And here's the key idea for today, and it's a hopeful one. You don't necessarily need more hours. You need to stop interrupting the night shift. And it turns out, we interrupt it constantly, usually without knowing.
Beautiful. Okay, let me tell everyone about the first thing that was sabotaging me. And honestly, I defended this habit for years. My phone in bed.
Oh, the classic. Just 5 minutes.
Just 5 minutes is the biggest lie in the world. So my routine was get into bed, feel virtuous because I'm in bed at a reasonable hour, and then scroll. And I think this is fine. I'm relaxing. I'm winding down. To wind down means to slowly relax after a busy period. And I genuinely believed that's what I was doing.
And were you winding down?
I was doing the exact opposite. And here's the science, and it has two parts. The first part most people know. Your brain uses darkness as a signal to release a hormone called melatonin, which makes you feel sleepy. Bright light, especially from a screen right in front of your face, tells your brain it's still daytime, so it delays that signal.
So the light itself pushes your sleep later.
It genuinely does. But here's the second part, which almost nobody talks about. And this is the part that got me. Even if you turn on night mode and make your screen warm and orange, you're still scrolling. And what's on the screen is designed to be interesting. A funny video, an argument in the comments, a message that makes your heart jump. Your brain doesn't calm down for that. It leans in.
So the orange filter fixes the light, but it does nothing about the excitement.
Nothing at all. Your eyes get a gentler color, and your brain gets a roller coaster. And the giveaway for me was this. I'd put the phone down, close my eyes, and my mind would still be busy, replaying things, planning replies. My body was in bed, but the night shift couldn't start because the office was still full of people.
The cleaners are standing there with their mops waiting for you to leave.
Waiting politely with their mops. So the lesson is, winding down is not the same as lying down. Your brain needs a real gap between stimulation and sleep. Ideally, half an hour or more with no screen at all. For learners, here's a lovely bonus. If you want something to do in that gap, read a paper book. In English, if you're feeling brave. It's the perfect quiet brain activity.
So good. Okay, my turn. And my story is about a drink I have loved my entire adult life. Coffee.
The coffee? Leo, be careful.
I know. This one hurt me too. So for years, my rule was simple. No coffee after dinner, and I felt very responsible about that, very disciplined. Meanwhile, I was drinking a nice big coffee at 4 in the afternoon every single day and thinking absolutely nothing of it.
And 4 in the afternoon is fine, surely? That's hours before bed.
That's what I thought. And then I learned about something called the half-life of caffeine. Here's what that means in simple terms. After a certain number of hours, only half of the caffeine has left your body. The rest is still in there, still working. And for most people, that's somewhere around 5 or 6 hours, though it varies a lot from person to person.
Wait, so my 4 o'clock coffee is still half working at 9 or 10 at night?
Half of it still quietly working, and then a quarter of it is still around in the middle of the night. And here's the part that really got me. Caffeine doesn't only stop you falling asleep. You can absolutely fall asleep with caffeine in your system. I did it every night. But research suggests it reduces the amount of deep sleep you get. So you're asleep, but the night shift is understaffed.
Oh, so you're technically sleeping 8 hours, but the cleaners only got through half the building.
Half the building, and that was exactly my wet sand morning. I wasn't sleeping too little, I was sleeping shallowly, and I'd been paying for it with a coffee I drank while the sun was still up. And I want to be fair here, everyone's body handles caffeine differently. Some people are genuinely fine. But if you're waking up tired after a full night, your afternoon coffee is one of the first suspects worth testing.
And testing is the right word, isn't it? You don't have to give it up forever to find out.
Exactly. Just move it earlier for a week and see. The lesson is, the sleep problem you feel at 7 a.m. may have started at 4 p.m. Caffeine lets you fall asleep while quietly stealing the deep part. For learners, here's a useful phrase for this exact feeling. To be exhausted, which means to be extremely tired, much stronger than just tired.
So good. And, quick pause because I want to tell everyone where we're going. Because so far, we've talked about things you should remove. But in a few minutes, we're going to talk about something you can add. A simple thing you can write on a piece of paper before bed that in one study helped people fall asleep noticeably faster. It costs nothing and takes about 90 seconds. So stay with us.
Ooh, the piece of paper. I use that one and it genuinely works. But first, can we talk about the most boring sleep tip in the world, which also happens to be one of the most effective?
The most boring one? Go on.
The temperature of your bedroom.
You're right, that is boring, and yet I'm curious, which is annoying.
It's annoying how well it works. So here's the science, and once you know it, it makes complete sense. To fall asleep, your body actually needs to cool down slightly. A drop in body temperature is one of the signals that tells your brain we're going into sleep mode now. It's a physical trigger, not a mood.
So being too warm doesn't just feel uncomfortable, it actively blocks the signal.
It blocks the signal. And think about what most of us do at night. We close the window, we pile on a thick blanket, we keep the heating on, and then we lie there, warm as toast, wondering why sleep won't come. We've accidentally told our body, stay awake.
Warm as toast and completely awake. That's my January.
That's everyone's January. And here's my favorite trick from this, because it sounds backwards. Have a warm shower or bath about an hour before bed.
Oh, warm? But you just said cool.
I know, this is the beautiful bit. A warm shower brings blood towards the surface of your skin. Then, when you get out, that heat escapes into the air and your body temperature drops faster than normal. So the warm shower actually causes the cooling. You feel cozy and your body gets the sleep mode signal at the same time.
That's genuinely clever. So the lesson is?
The lesson is your bedroom should be cooler than feels obvious, and a warm shower an hour before bed helps rather than hurts. It's the least exciting advice in this episode and probably the easiest to actually do. You don't need discipline, you just need to open a window.
Finally, a habit that requires zero willpower. Okay, now the piece of paper you promised.
Yes, but this one's yours, isn't it?
It's mine because it saved me. So here's my situation. There was a stretch where I'd get into bed genuinely tired, close my eyes, and my brain would immediately open every single unfinished task of the day. You didn't reply to that message. You need to book that appointment. Don't forget the thing on Thursday. Over and over.
Oh, the 2 a.m. task manager. Very efficient, terrible timing.
Extremely efficient, catastrophically timed. And here's the science, and it's one of my favorite findings in psychology. Researchers discovered that our brains hold on to unfinished tasks much more strongly than finished ones. A completed task gets released and forgotten. An unfinished one stays running quietly in the background, tapping you on the shoulder, including at midnight.
So my brain is keeping the task alive on purpose in case I forget it.
Exactly, it's trying to help. It's a loyal little assistant with no sense of time. And that gave researchers an idea. What if you gave the brain proof that the task was safely recorded somewhere else? So in one study, people spent about 5 minutes before bed writing a short to-do list for the next day. And those people fell asleep noticeably faster than people who wrote about what they'd already done.
So just writing it down worked? Not doing it, writing it.
Just writing it. Because once it's on paper, your brain accepts that it's stored. It stops holding it. It's like telling your assistant, it's in the diary, you can go home now. The lesson is, if your mind gets loud the moment your head hits the pillow, don't fight it. Give it somewhere to put things down. 90 seconds and a scrap of paper. For learners, here's a bonus. Write that list in English. It's tiny, useful practice, and it doubles as your wind-down routine.
Sneaky English practice at bedtime. I love it. Okay, my last one, and this is about mornings because how you wake up affects the next night too.
Ooh, I didn't expect that connection.
Nobody does. So let me confess my worst habit, the snooze button. I used to hit snooze, I'm not exaggerating, 4 or 5 times, 9 minutes at a time. I thought I was collecting little bonus pieces of sleep.
Bonus sleep. Like coins in a video game.
Exactly like collecting coins. And it felt wonderful, honestly. But here's the problem. In those 9 minutes, your brain starts heading back down into sleep and then gets yanked out again and again. So instead of one clean wake up, you're getting pulled out of sleep 4 or 5 times in a row, each time from a slightly deeper place.
So the snooze button isn't giving me extra rest? It's giving me 4 extra bad wake-ups?
That's exactly it. That heavy, foggy feeling in the first half hour after waking has a name, sleep inertia. And hitting snooze repeatedly tends to make it worse, not better. So my wet sand mornings, partly self-inflicted, 9 minutes at a time.
So what did you change?
2 things, and they're almost embarrassingly simple. First, I put the alarm across the room so I physically have to stand up. Standing up is the whole battle. Once you're vertical, you've basically won. The decision happens before your brain is awake enough to argue with you.
Beat your brain to the argument. I like that.
You have to be quick. And second, I open the curtains immediately. Morning light tells your body clock the day has started, and that same clock is what decides when you'll feel sleepy tonight. So the light you get at 7 a.m. is quietly helping you fall asleep at 11 p.m.
So a good morning is part of a good night. That's such a nice loop.
It's a lovely loop. The lesson is stop negotiating with the snooze button. Get up once and get light into your eyes early. It makes today better and tonight easier. For learners, here's the phrase for how that feels. Well rested, meaning you've slept well and feel fresh. That's the goal.
So good, Leo. Okay, peak performers, let's turn all of this into something you can actually use. Our step-by-step action plan. 4 steps to sleep better without sleeping longer. Leo, step 1.
Step 1. Put a real gap between your screen and your pillow. Here's what to do. Pick a time, ideally 30 to 60 minutes before bed, when the phone goes somewhere else entirely, not face down beside you. Another room if you can. Why does this work? Because as we learned, it's not only the light, it's the stimulation. Your brain needs a quiet runway before it can land. For example, put the phone on the kitchen counter after dinner and read a paper book instead. A common mistake is thinking night mode solves it. It helps with the light, but it does nothing about the excitement. Distance is what works.
So practical. Step 2. Move your last caffeine earlier and test it for 1 week. Here's what to do. Pick a cutoff time in the early afternoon and keep it for 7 days. Then notice how you wake up. Why does this work? Because caffeine stays in your body far longer than most people realize, and it can quietly reduce your deep sleep even when you fall asleep normally. For example, if your last coffee is currently at 4 p.m., try 1 p.m. instead. A common mistake is quitting caffeine completely on day 1 and feeling awful. Don't. Just move it earlier and let your own mornings tell you whether it matters for you.
Step 3. Make your bedroom cooler than feels obvious. Here's what to do. Open the window, use a lighter blanket, and if you can, have a warm shower about an hour before bed. Why does this work? Because falling asleep depends on your body temperature dropping slightly. It's a physical signal, not a mood. And a warm shower speeds that drop up once you step out. For example, air the room out for 10 minutes while you get ready for bed. A common mistake is making the bedroom as warm and cozy as the living room. Cozy is for evenings. Cool is for sleeping.
And step 4. Give your brain somewhere to put tomorrow. Here's what to do. Before bed, spend 90 seconds writing tomorrow's short to-do list on paper. Not on your phone, on paper. Why does this work? Because unfinished tasks stay active in your mind, and writing them down convinces your brain they're safely stored. It can stop holding them. For example, 3 or 4 lines is plenty. Email Anna, book appointment, buy bread. A common mistake is doing this in your head in bed. Your head is exactly where it doesn't work. It has to leave you and land somewhere.
4 steps: a screen gap, earlier caffeine, a cooler room, and tomorrow on paper. And notice not one of them asks you to sleep longer.
Not 1 extra hour required, which is good because just sleep more is the least helpful advice ever given to a busy person.
Have you tried sleeping more? Thank you, I'm cured. Okay, peak performers, it's time for everyone's favorite part, the extended vocabulary corner. 5 powerful words and phrases from today, with examples from both of us. Mia, word 1.
Word number 1, exhausted. To be exhausted means to be extremely tired, much stronger than just tired. Leo, give us an example.
Sure. After 3 alarms and a doorframe, I was completely exhausted.
And mine, she was exhausted after a long week, so she went to bed early.
Word number 2, and this is the goal: well-rested. If you're well-rested, you've slept well and you feel fresh and full of energy.
My example, I woke up before my alarm feeling completely well-rested.
And mine, it's much easier to study when you're well-rested.
Word number 3, a lovely phrasal verb, to wind down. To wind down means to slowly relax after a busy period. And notice it's a process, not a switch.
My example, I need about an hour to wind down before I can sleep.
And mine, reading helps me wind down at the end of the day.
Word number 4, another phrasal verb, to doze off. To doze off means to fall asleep lightly, often without meaning to.
I dozed off on the sofa in the middle of the film.
And mine, he dozed off for 10 minutes and woke up feeling much better.
And word number 5, routine. A routine is a set of things you do regularly in the same order, like your evening routine before bed.
My evening routine is a warm shower, a book, and lights out.
And mine, a calm bedtime routine makes falling asleep much easier.
5 powerful words: exhausted, well-rested, wind down, doze off, and routine. Use even one this week and it's yours forever.
And here's a little challenge that's also practice. Tonight, write tomorrow's short to-do list on paper in English, 3 or 4 lines. You'll get the sleep benefit and a minute of writing practice at the same time. That's the whole perspective peak magic. Grow the habits and the English together.
So here's the big lesson of today, friends. Sleep isn't a number of hours, it's a night shift. And your job is simply to let it work. Give your brain a quiet gap before bed. Move your caffeine earlier. Cool the room down and put tomorrow on paper. You don't need more hours, you need fewer interruptions, and you can start with just one of those tonight.
And please, be patient and kind with yourself. Don't try all 4 steps tonight. That's a recipe for lying awake worrying about whether you're sleeping correctly, which is a very silly way to lose sleep. Pick one, do it for a week. And a gentle, honest note, everything today is about ordinary habits, not medical advice. If you've been struggling with sleep for a long time or something feels genuinely wrong, please talk to a doctor. That's not a failure, that's just the right kind of help.
And Mia, I moved my alarm across the room last week, by the way.
And?
I have not met the door frame since. We're on good terms now.
A repaired relationship with a door frame. Beautiful.
And tell us in the comments, which one change are you going to try tonight? The screen gap, earlier coffee, A cooler room or tomorrow on paper? Write it in English, mistakes and all. This is the perfect place to practice. We can't wait to read every single one and reply to you.
Subscribe, hit the bell, and start thinking deeper while you see higher. Keep learning, keep growing.
See you next week on Perspective Peak.
Perspective peak, yeah, we set the pace. Moving to the top, we win the race. We win the race. Perspective peak, start thinking deeper while you see higher.